Alright, so in this video I'm taking a look at an endoscope, and I've got it sitting right over here. I want you to take a look at a few images. It'll give you a little bit of detail, and then I want to show you some aspects of this and kind of show you how it works. And we'll get into the video here in just a moment. Alright, so we're taking a look at this endoscope. So this is the main unit right here. Included with it you get, this is the box it comes in, but you get a card with an email, so if you need support you can reach out and contact the company. You don't have to go looking for an email, so that's nice. You have a little user manual or user guide, explains all the functionality of the unit. You have this little plastic case, it's a little tube, and what that's for is to hold the accessories that can be added to the end where the LED light is. You can slip these on there, and one is a small hook, so if you drop something you can hook it, or alternatively, when needed, there is a magnetic tip as well, so you can grab, small metallic objects if you were to drop it, say working on an engine, for example. It'd be a very good, very easy way to retrieve some things, because you could see it and you could retrieve it with these both. Alright, so the unit itself, fairly lightweight, has a built-in rechargeable battery. Takes probably around 3 hours to charge roughly. It has a red LED indicator during charge stage, and when it's finished charging that light will go off. You have a 4.3 inch screen here, and it's of course color, not touchscreen, but you only have 4 buttons on the bottom that are for navigation purposes. You can change the brightness, you can flip the cameras because there's multiple cameras. You can also navigate right and left to go across, record, take snapshots. You can even play back right on the actual unit, and then of course you have an OK or enter button for the select type option. On the side you have a micro SD card slot. It comes pre-installed with a 32 gig card, which is nice. You don't have to worry about purchasing one separate. You have your on and off button, and then you have your brightness or dimmer, whichever way you want to. Yeah, it's just a wheel that spins and it changes the brightness of the light. Alright, the only other thing is 50 feet of this cable that's going to allow you to inspect pipes, work on engines, whatever else you need to use it for. Now it does come with a micro USB charging cable, so I guess the only 2 improvements I could see would change this to Type C, get rid of the physical buttons and change to a touchscreen. But reality is, for this type of tool, it's fine as far as the screen goes. This would be an improvement because a lot of things are migrating to Type C. That'd be a lot more common. But by any means, it does come with these Velcro straps already included, so it makes it easier to manage, because this is a considerably large amount of cable to manage. Alright, so on one end you have a USB connection, and that's going to go right in the top. So let's plug this in. Alright, so that's plugged in, and of course the other end is your actual LEDs. Alright, so if I flip this to the on position, you can see it starting up. And you can see it's actually very quick in response. Let me turn the brightness all the way to maximum. So you can see the LED, and if I dim it down, that's all the way down. go back to the brightest level. Alright, so I'm going to leave that sitting like that. Alright, so across the bottom, again, you have, if I hit the OK button there, that's taking a photo because I'm on the far left. If I go to the right one and hit that, I'm actually recording. I can see the timestamp as far as the amount of time the recording is occurring right here. If I hit that again, if I go one more over or third from the left, I can actually view the video or album or what have you. And you can see the playback of the video. It's going to be an AVI file. The images are a JPEG, and it's going to be 720p, so the quality is pretty good. And if I go one more over, I have my settings. If I hit OK, I have resolution, language, brightness, rotate, format, space available on the SD card so I can view how much I've used, how much I have left, and I can look at the current firmware version, so if I needed to go online and do some kind of update, I could actually do so. Or I could plug this into the computer and access the SD card that way, or take the SD card out and use a reader, either one. So other than that, the other main thing is if I'm sitting here on the main screen with the camera and I hold down this button, I can rotate. Like you could probably see, hopefully you can see the image changed. So there's more than one camera, and to get between those, you just long press on the left hand button or the return to previous screen type button, and it rotates between the different cameras and gives you the multi-view, where you have like the single view, full view, as you can see here. And whenever you do that, you can see the secondary camera. And then if I do it again, I've got a split screen where I can see both cameras simultaneously. So very, very cool, very, very good functionality with no problems in learning how to use this thing. It's super easy to use. And if you had any problems, you could always refer to the actual user manual. The only thing you have to keep in mind, this is very flexible, but it's also fairly stiff. So if you were inserting this into a pipe that was very small in diameter, there is a potential where you could run into some problems trying to, go around bends and everything, because you also have this portion here, which is going to have, it's straight and it's not flexible, and because of that, this portion is not going to bend. So whatever pipe you're using, for example, would be somewhat limiting as far as what your options are, due to the inability to have complete flexibility. So just as an example, if I take this vacuum cleaner hose right here, because I don't have any pipes that we need inspecting, but you can see how I can view the inside. And again, if I change to the alternative camera, it's going to look a little different because of how it's laying on there. But you can see the movement of the unit. Let me do a split screen. So you may not be able to see a lot of detail. But you can see the ridges of the pipe. So if there were something stuck in there for whatever reason, and you couldn't access it any other way, again, more so on a pipe than a vacuum cleaner hose, you can see it's very clear and looks really good. So it works quite well. I think it's a very interesting item, and I have no complaints about it. There are little rubber feet on the bottom, so if you were to lay this down, you're not going to scratch up or damage anything. But other than that, how long it's going to last is going to depend on the brightness and whether you're doing video recording or not. So, but 3 hours charge time, usage time, it's just going to vary depending upon what choices you make. Anyway, that's just a real quick overview, how this thing works, what to expect. I think it's really cool, very useful, great tool to have around for a multitude of reasons. My father does scuba diving tank inspections, so something like this is really beneficial in that regard. Plus, if you needed to, you could record it, take it out, look at it on a larger screen, and see things better, get an idea of what's going on a little bit more. Okay, so hopefully you find that useful. You know what's included, you know how it works for the most part. The user manual will guide you through anything else you need to know. Other than that, check out the link below. Thanks for watching.